I woke to the creak of my bedroom door. Heart pounding as a shadow slipped inside under the faint glow of the streetlight filtering through the blinds. It was Alex, my straight best friend since high school. The guy who'd always been my rock through every awkward phase of growing up in suburban Chicago. He hovered by my bed, his breath ragged, and before I could whisper his name, he leaned down and pressed his lips to mine. A desperate, unspoken confession that shattered the silence and everything I thought I knew about us. The kiss lingered just long enough to send a jolt through me, electric and terrifying. I pulled back, eyes wide, whispering, "Alex, what the hell?" He stumbled away, face flushed, muttering apologies that sounded hollow even to him. In that moment, my mind raced. Was this real? Alex, the star quarterback who'd dated half the cheer squad, the one who'd punched a guy for calling me a fag back in junior year? The room spun as I sat up, sheets tangled around me, the weight of unspoken years crashing down. I'd buried my feelings for him deep, convinced they were one-sided fantasies born from too many late-night talks and shared secrets. But now this felt like betrayal and hope twisted into one unbearable knot. Morning came too soon, sunlight stabbing through the curtains like an accusation. I lay there, replaying the night in my head, my thoughts a whirlwind of confusion. Why now? We'd been roommates for 2 years in this cramped apartment in downtown Chicago, scraping by on entry-level jobs. Me in graphic design, him in sales. Our friendship was the one constant in my life, a shield against the loneliness of being gay in a world that still whispered judgments. But that kiss, it exposed the fracture lines I'd ignored. I thought about my family back home, Mom's subtle hints about grandkids, Dad's offhand comments about real men. If they knew about my crush on Alex, it'd be the end. And Alex? His conservative parents would disown him faster than you could say, family values. I couldn't let this ruin us. Pushing it down seemed safer, but the ache in my chest screamed otherwise. I dragged myself to the kitchen, where Alex was already nursing a coffee, avoiding my eyes. "We need to talk," I said, voice steadier than I felt. He nodded, but his hands trembled on the mug. "Last night, I don't know what came over me, Jake. It was a mistake. I was drunk, stressed from work. Lies I could tell." His eyes darted away, and I felt a surge of anger mixed with pity. Drunk? He'd come home sober from his shift. Stressed? Sure, but that didn't explain the tenderness in that kiss. The way his hand had brushed my cheek like he'd been holding back for years. Inside, my mind screamed, "Admit it, Alex, you felt it too." But saying that aloud would force a choice neither of us was ready for. Instead, I played along. "Yeah, no big deal. Friends mess up sometimes." But as I said it, a hollow pit formed in my stomach. Was I protecting him or myself? Work that day was a blur. Sitting at my desk, sketching logos that looked like scribbles, my thoughts looped endlessly. What if I pushed him? What if he admitted he wasn't as straight as he pretended? The fantasy played out, us together defying the odds. But reality intruded. Flashes of high school taunts. The way Alex had always distanced himself from anything gay. He'd laugh at queer jokes with his buddies, then shoot me an apologetic glance. Was that guilt or something deeper? I remembered the time he defended me, fists flying, but later he'd brushed it off as bro code. Now I wondered if it was more. The internal battle raged. Confront him and risk losing my best friend, or bury it and live with the lie. The choice felt like standing on a cliff, wind howling, one step from freefall. By evening, the tension in our apartment was thick enough to cut. Alex suggested ordering pizza, like nothing happened, but his forced casualness grated on me. As we ate in silence, I couldn't hold back. It wasn't a mistake, was it? The words hung there, accusatory. He froze, cheese stringing from his slice. "Jake, drop it. I'm not like that." Not like me, he meant. The unspoken words stung, reopening old wounds of rejection. My mind raced. Why does it hurt so much? Because you've always known he's the one person who sees you, truly sees you, and now he's denying it. I pushed further, voice cracking. Then why kiss me? Why risk everything? He slammed his plate down, eyes flashing. Because I'm confused. Okay? My life's a mess. Job sucks, parents on my back about settling down. You're the only one who gets me. It was an admission wrapped in deflection, but it cracked the dam. The argument escalated, voices rising in the small space. You think this is easy for me? I shot back. I've hidden how I feel for years. Watching you date girls who don't deserve you. Pretending I'm fine. Tears pricked my eyes, betrayal burning hot. He paced, running hands through his hair. I didn't ask for this. I thought we were just friends. Just friends. The phrase echoed, a knife twist. Inside, I battled. He's scared, like you were when you came out. But does that excuse using me as an experiment? The fight ended with him storming to his room, door slamming. Alone, I sank to the floor, sobs racking me. What had I done? Pushed too hard, maybe lost him forever. The price of truth felt steeper than silence. Days blurred into an uneasy truce. We tiptoed around each other, conversations clipped to necessities. At night, I'd lie awake, mind churning. Is this the end? Our friendship, built on shared laughs and dreams, now poisoned by one impulsive act. I thought about calling my sister, the only family who knew I was gay, but even she wouldn't understand the depth of this mess. Alex's confusion mirrored my own past, questioning, denying, until acceptance hit like a freight train. But forcing him? That was wrong. Yet ignoring it felt like self-betrayal. The internal conflict gnawed. Protect the bond or chase the truth? Each choice carried loss. A week later, Alex broke the silence over breakfast. I need to figure this out, Jake. Alone. His words landed like a punch. He was moving out, crashing with a coworker. Panic surged. Don't go. You're all I have. But I nodded, masking the devastation. Yeah, space is good. As he packed, memories flooded, road trips, late-night confessions. Was it all a lie? The goodbye hug was awkward, charged with unspoken regret. Driving away, he glanced back, eyes haunted. Left alone, the apartment echoed with emptiness. My thoughts screamed. You let him go to save him, but at what cost to yourself? The solitude amplified every doubt, every what if. The weeks without Alex stretched into a void, each day a reminder of the fracture. I threw myself into work, staying late to avoid the silent apartment, but my mind wouldn't quiet. Why had I let him leave so easily? Deep down, I knew. Pushing harder might have shattered him and me along with it. But the regret festered, a constant whisper. You coward. You could have fought for what you both feel. Friends noticed my distraction. Mark from the office asked if I was okay. His concern a balm and a burden. I brushed it off, but inside, the turmoil boiled. Society's gaze loomed large. In Chicago's progressive pockets, being gay was fine, but for Alex, from his Bible Belt family roots transplanted to the Midwest, it was apocalypse. One evening, scrolling through social media, I saw Alex's post, a generic update about a work event, smiling with colleagues. The facade cracked me. Was he really okay? Or hiding like always? My finger hovered over the message button. Check in? Or let go? The internal debate raged. Reaching out risks rejection, but silence is its own prison. I typed a simple, "Hey, how's it going?" and hit send, heart in throat. His reply came hours later. Fine. You, curt, distant. It stung more than silence. Why the coldness? Because facing me means facing himself. The thought fueled a mix of empathy and frustration. Empathy for his struggle, frustration at being the casualty. Family dinner that weekend amplified the isolation. Back in the suburbs, Mom's questions about my love life hit like probes. Any nice guys? She asked, trying to be supportive since my coming out 3 years ago. Dad grunted from the couch, his discomfort palpable. I forced a smile. Nothing serious. But inside, the truth clawed. There's Alex, but he's straight or pretending to be, and it's tearing me apart. Their expectations weighed heavy. Mom wanted me happy. Dad wanted normalcy. Revealing the mess would invite judgment. Why chase a straight guy? Move on. but moving on felt impossible. The drive home was a torrent of self-doubt. Am I wrong for hoping? Is love worth this pain? Then came the call from Alex, late one night. Jake, can we talk? In person. My pulse raced, hope flickering amid dread. We met at our old coffee spot, the one with worn booths and endless refills. He looked haggard, shadows under his eyes. I've been thinking, he started, voice low. That kiss. It wasn't nothing. Admission at last, but tentative. My mind whirled. Say it, Alex. Own it. What does that mean? Pressed. He shifted, glancing around like the walls had ears. I don't know. I've always felt different with you, closer than with anyone. The words hung, charged. But then he added, but my family, man. They'd kill me. The conflict in his eyes mirrored my own past fears. Empathy surged, but so did resentment. Why make me carry this too? The conversation turned raw. You think it's easy for me? I countered, hiding my feelings. Watching you deny yours? Tears welled as I confessed the depth of my crush, years of quiet longing. He listened, face paling. I didn't know it was that bad. Bad? The word twisted the knife. Inside, I screamed. It's not bad. It's real. But his denial stemmed from deeper roots, societal chains, family pressures forging his straight facade. We argued softly, voices hushed in the public space. I can't just flip a switch, he said. What if I'm wrong? The vulnerability cracked my anger. He's terrified like I was. But the price? Our friendship in ruins. My heart exposed. Leaving the cafe, uncertainty lingered. Give me time, he pleaded. I nodded, but inside, doubt festered. Time for what? To bury it again? Days later, a text from his sister, innocent check-in, but it sparked paranoia. Did she know? Alex's family was tight-knit, whispers traveled fast. The thought of exposure chilled me. Outed against his will, blamed on me. My mind spiraled. You're the villain in their story, the gay friend who corrupted him. Self-loathing crept in, questioning every interaction. Was I pushing too hard? The moral quandary gnawed. Respect his pace, or demand clarity for my sanity? Work suffered. A botched project drew my boss's ire. Get your head in the game, Jake. I apologized, but the distraction was Alex, his silence post-meeting fueling anxiety. Finally, I confronted myself in the mirror. Why cling to someone unsure? The answer hurt, because he sees me truly. But at what cost? Loneliness amplified, nights filled with what-ifs. A chance encounter with an ex-flame at a bar tempted distraction, but it felt hollow. No one compared to Alex's depth, his shared history. Then, the bombshell. Alex showed up at my door, soaked from rain, eyes wild. I told my parents. Shock froze me. About us. He shook his head. About me. That I'm questioning. The word hung, a step toward truth. But his face crumpled. They freaked. Dad said don't come back until I fix it. Heartbreak radiated from him, and I pulled him inside. The embrace charged but platonic. Inside, triumph warred with guilt. He's free-falling because of you. No, because of honesty. But the damage was done, family rift, his world upended. As he crashed on my couch, the night unfolded in confessions. I kissed you because I couldn't pretend anymore, he admitted. Tears flowed, his and mine. The vulnerability deepened our bond, but shadows loomed. Society's judgment, potential backlash. My thoughts raced. Is this worth the pain? For him, losing family. For me, the risk of unrequited hope. Yet, in that moment, it felt right. But dawn brought reality, his phone buzzing with angry voicemails. The choice crystallized. Support him through the storm, or step back to save us both. Supporting Alex became my unspoken vow, but the storm hit harder than imagined. He moved back in temporarily, the apartment a refuge amid chaos. His parents' calls were relentless, accusations of influence, demands for therapy. They're saying it's a phase, that I need to pray it away. He confided one night, voice breaking. I listened, rage simmering at their ignorance, but inside, doubt crept. Am I the cause? The kiss sparked this, my feelings the catalyst. Moral weight pressed down. Did I unwittingly push him into this abyss? Empathy clashed with self-blame, a toxic brew. Daily life turned battlefield. At work, Alex's performance tanked, his boss threatening layoffs. I can't focus, he admitted. I offered help, but tension simmered. Small arguments over nothing, masks for deeper fears. One exploded over dinner. You act like this is easy for me, he yelled. Losing my family because of whatever this is. Whatever this is. The vagueness stung. Because of you, I shot back. You started it with that kiss. Regret flashed in his eyes, and he stormed out. Alone, my mind tormented. He's right. You wanted this, now own the fallout. The betrayal felt self-inflicted. A choice to harbor hope now yielding pain. Reconciliation came slow. He returned hours later, apologetic. I'm scared, Jake. What if they're right? What if I'm not gay? The word hung his first utterance. My heart ached. For his confusion. For the societal poison twisting him. It's okay to question, I said, but inside, frustration boiled. How long can I wait? The internal conflict intensified. Love demanded patience. Self-respect urged boundaries. We talked deep into night, unraveling threads. His crushes on guys dismissed as admiration, my silent pining. Vulnerability bonded us, but cracks showed. His glances at women on TV, my jealousy flaring. Family pressure escalated. His mom showed up unannounced, eyes red from crying. Alex, come home. We can fix this. Her gaze on me was accusatory, like I was the serpent in Eden. He's not the problem, Alex defended, but weakly. She pleaded, invoking God, tradition. Watching, I felt invisible, reduced to influence. Inside, rage and hurt collided. Why am I the villain? Because society needs one. She left in tears. Alex shattered. I can't lose them, he whispered. The ultimatum loomed. Family or truth? His choice would define us. I sought solace in therapy, a step I'd resisted. You're carrying his burden, the counselor said. Truth hit hard. Codependency masked as support. But detaching felt like abandonment. Nights alone, mind racing. If he chooses them, what then? Heartbreak, yes, but freedom? The moral dilemma deepened. Encourage authenticity, knowing the cost, or let him regress. Alex's mood swings worsened. Lashing out then clinging. One embrace lingered too long, charged with unspoken desire. But we pulled back. Boundaries blurred. Temptation a minefield. A turning point came at a mutual friend's party. Whispers followed us. Are they? Alex tensed, denying vehemently. Hurt pierced me. Still ashamed. Later, drunk, he confessed, I hate this hiding, but actions contradicted. Flirting with a girl to prove something. Jealousy erupted in private. Who are you convincing? Them or yourself? The fight was brutal, accusations flying. You're pressuring me. You're using me. Betrayal cut deep, trust fracturing. Inside, I questioned, is love this destructive? Post-fight silence was deafening. Alex withdrew, spending nights out. Paranoia gripped me. Is he regressing? A call from his dad confirmed fears. Offers of help, if he cut me off. They're saying you're toxic, Alex revealed, torn. The words eviscerated. Toxic? For being myself. Moral outrage surged, but empathy tempered. He's trapped in their web. I urged, choose for you, not them. But his indecision fueled my despair. Thoughts spiraled, walk away, save yourself. Yet love anchored me. The climax hit when Alex's parents ambushed us at the apartment. We're taking you home, Dad declared. Alex wavered, eyes pleading. Jake. The moment stretched, hearts on line. He turned to them. No, this is my life. Defiance sparked, but at what price? They left in fury, disowning threats echoing. Alex collapsed, sobbing. Holding him, triumph mixed with sorrow. Victory, but loss immense. My internal storm raged. Worth it? For now, yes. But shadows lingered, society's judgment awaiting. As days passed, our bond deepened amid ruins. Shared grief forged intimacy, confessions flowing. "I think I love you," he whispered one night. Joy surged, but caution tempered. Too soon? The emotional weight pressed, choices costs evident. Yet, in vulnerability, hope bloomed. But doubts whispered. Can we survive the backlash? Survival became our mantra, but backlash struck swift and vicious. Alex's job let him go. Restructuring, they said, but whispers of his lifestyle circulated. "It's because of me," he lamented, job hunts fruitless. Guilt gnawed at me. My presence amplified his struggles. Inside, the battle intensified. Stay and fight or release him to rebuild. Love demanded solidarity, but self-preservation screamed retreat. We leaned on each other, but cracks widened. His resentment bubbling in quiet moments. "If I hadn't kissed you," he'd trail off, regret poisoning air. Social circles fractured. Friends divided. Some supportive, others distant, echoing societal biases. A former buddy's text to Alex. "Dude, snap out of it." The isolation deepened, our world shrinking to the apartment. My family, sensing turmoil, pressed. "Bring him home," Mom offered. But Alex balked, shame lingering. Dinner with them was tense. He charmed, but inside, I sensed his facade cracking. Post-dinner, he confessed, "Your family's great. Mine hates me." Tears flowed, vulnerability raw. Holding him, empathy overwhelmed. He's paying dearly for truth. Yet betrayal lurked. Scrolling his phone one night, trust issues flaring, I found messages to an ex-girlfriend. Missed the simplicity. Heart shattered, doubt or regression. Confrontation exploded. "Are you playing both sides?" He denied. "Just venting." But seeds of mistrust sprouted. Inside, torment raged. Believe him or protect your heart. The moral quagmire deepened. Forgive to salvage, or end to heal. We reconciled tearfully, but scars remained. Pressure mounted from unexpected quarters. A community event, Pride Parade, we attended tentatively. Alex's anxiety peaked. What if someone sees? His hesitation stung. Still hiding? Pushback led to argument. "I'm not ready." Frustration boiled. How long? The event became battleground, him withdrawing, me feeling erased. Later, apology. "I'm trying." But progress felt glacial, costs accumulating. My mental health fraying, nights of insomnia pondering. Is this sustainable? A family reconciliation attempt backfired spectacularly. Alex met his parents at a neutral cafe, me waiting nearby. Hours later, he returned broken. "They want me to choose them or this path." Ultimatum delivered. "I chose you," he said, but voice wavered. Joy mixed with dread. At what cost? His isolation deepened, depression setting in. I urged therapy, but he resisted. "I'm fine." Lies. Watching him fade, guilt consumed. Pushed him too far? The internal conflict peaked. Love him through darkness, or admit defeat? Betrayal struck again when he confided. "I applied for a job out of state. Escape? To start fresh," he claimed. Hurt exploded. "Without me?" The fight was visceral, accusations of abandonment. "You don't get it. The pressure's killing me," he yelled. Understanding dawned. He's drowning. Reconciliation came in sobs. "I can't lose you too." Bond reformed, stronger yet fragile. Highs interspersed lows. A quiet evening, sharing dreams. Us, together, away from judgment. Hope flickered, but reality intruded. Bills piling, isolation gnawing. My job offered stability, but supporting too strained. Sacrifice loomed. My ambition sidelined for us. Moral weighing, worth it? Love said yes, reason hesitated. The turning point. Alex's breakdown, admitting suicidal thoughts. Terror gripped. Lose him forever? Hospital visit, therapy mandated. In waiting room, reflection hit. We've paid dearly. Family, jobs, sanity. But awakening dawned. Truth's price, though steep, birthed growth. Post-crisis, he emerged resolute. I'm gay, and I love you. Confession cathartic, but shadows persisted. Society's scars deep. As we rebuilt, challenges persisted. New jobs, tentative family outreach. But intimacy deepened, choices validated amid pain. Yet, doubts lingered. Was the journey justified? Rebuilding tested every fiber, costs manifesting in unexpected ways. Alex's therapy unearthed buried traumas, childhood repression, societal indoctrination. I hated myself for years, he confessed during sessions we attended together. Hearing it eviscerated me. How blind was I? Empathy surged, but so did resentment toward the world that forged his chains. Our relationship evolved, tentative dates, stolen moments of joy amid healing. But flashbacks haunted. That midnight kiss, now symbol of liberation and loss. Inside, I pondered, catalyst or curse? Societal backlash intensified. Online trolls targeted Alex after a leaked post from his old circle. Traitor to his roots. Harassment escalated, threats, doxing. We changed numbers, hunkered down. Fear gripped. Is love a target? Moral outrage fueled defiance, but toll mounted, paranoia eroding trust. One night, argument over safety. Maybe we should hide. His suggestion gutted. Regression?
No, y insista.
Reconciliation forged resilience, but scars deepened. Family dynamics shifted painfully. My parents embraced Alex, offering haven. Your family now, Mom said. Gratitude swelled, but contrast stung. His parents' silence a void. A letter arrived. We pray for your return. Conditional love weaponized. Alex tore it, but tears betrayed hurt. Why can't they accept? The question echoed my own past rejections. Supporting him, I sacrificed. Time from work, emotional bandwidth. Worth it? Love affirmed, but exhaustion whispered doubts. Betrayals from within emerged. Alex's momentary lapse. Flirting online. Testing. Discovery shattered. Why? Insecurity, he admitted. Forgiveness came hard, therapy aiding. But trust fractured, rebuilding arduous. Internal storm raged. Stay for potential or leave for peace? Choice crystallized in vulnerability. I choose us. Bond mended, deeper for the breaks. Highs punctuated. First public handhold, defying stares. Empowerment surged, but followed by backlash. A coworker's snide remark. Alex stood firm. Back off. Growth evident but at cost. Lost acquaintances, strained networks. My career suffered distractions. Promotion passed over. Sacrifice voluntary, yet bittersweet. Dreams deferred for love. Awakening culminated in advocacy. Alex joined support groups, sharing story. Your courage inspires, I told him. But vulnerability exposed wounds, reliving pain. Together we navigated bond unbreakable. Yet questions lingered. Right choices? The path fraught with damage led to authenticity. As months passed, stability emerged. New jobs, mended fences with select family. Love blossomed, unburdened, but reflections haunted. The kiss ignited chaos, but also truth. In quiet moments, I wondered, was denial kinder? No, growth demanded upheaval. In the end, after all the shattered illusions and rebuilt lives, one question remains. Was sacrificing family and stability for personal truth the right choice, or a selfish pursuit that caused more harm than good?